Yo, yo, yo. All right. Today we're going to be going over how high ticket sales made me over 17K in a single month at 21. I'm 22 now. Last month was my first month. Fully all in on my business. Made just a hair under 10K. And then with closing part time, pushed that mark over 10K. But that being said, that's not the point here. The point is, how the fuck did I make 17K in a single month at 21 years old? Now, a little bit more context and background on me is that I actually used to work in a warehouse. I had a 2.1 GPA 2.1 GPA in high school. Worked at golf courses. Dropped out of college after looking at the community college syllabus quiz. I was like, absolutely hell no, fuck that. Took a cheap online course, broke into corporate, and then from there transitioned to remote. So here's me being a corporate drone. All right, I live now in Bangkok, Thailand. Being a guru with the hookah. I've worked with some of the coolest people in the space. You got Investor Mike here, Chase Hughes featured on Forbes, Luke Alexander, Jace England. Did 6 million in pipeline, 900K close, and now I currently work with Leon and Noah, who are absolute goats here in Thailand. And yeah, so basically, like, what I did is high ticket closing, but I did it in a little bit of an untraditional format. So what a lot of people do when they want to get into high ticket sales is they'll go through the Instagram DM route. They'll do the Facebook shit, right? And it works, but it's just not the meta. Now, I paid to be in a group, and I definitely think that's where it's at. Not saying like necessarily my mentorship, even though I do have like a small consulting group where I place reps, train them up, and stuff like that. If you are interested in that, I mean, you could shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I could be sure to help you out. But that's like completely besides the point. What I did was I simply just got access to the people who were hiring for roles, because a lot of these influencers now, like, they're saying to DM them and ask them if they need a closer or a setter. And like, yeah, that works, but a lot of the times these guys now have sales managers in place. It's a whole new industry where people are becoming growth operators and sales managers, where the people who are posting the content, they're literally just posting the content and coaching, but then there's a whole business behind it, which you need to get in contact with those individuals and know how to find them. So that's something I obviously like teach within my program, but it's a little bit untraditional as far as like people doing outreach that way. So it's a little less saturated. So here's a quick message you could do. Um, let's say that they have offers posted, right? The growth operators. You'd be like, hey, my name is XYZ. Just drop the video below highlighting some of my background and how it relates to the offer you posted. As my ICP at a Fortune 500 staffing agency, I worked with predominantly finance professionals. Let me know what you think. Let's chat soon. All right, this could be a cool example one. If they have like an offer posted, you can just slide up on their story and hit them up. The reason you slide up on their story is because it ranks you at the top of their request in the inbox, and then you can just put in a Loom video, right? You don't have to go this route. You could just literally say as well, like, for example, hey, are you looking for experience sales guys slash gals, whatever the fuck you have, whatever the fuck you are, right? Whatever you helicopters, whatever you identify as, right? You never know these days. Hey, you looking for experienced sales guys slash gals, and they'll usually respond to this, right? Because obviously they want fucking experienced salespeople. They run sales teams, and most people suck. So that's a way to get your foot in the door. But how do you even find these people in the first place? So Sway is perfect, for example. You would find someone, if I wanted to scale to 100K a month, this is what I'd do. You can find someone like Sway, and then you can go to his profile. Look at the type of videos he does that pop off, right? Use these, literally just look up his sorts of titles. I copied Iman Gaji's content strategy and it made me this. So-and-so's funnels. Stop posting Instagram reels to get clients, right? Just literally copy their shit. Like these titles, the info game is broken. So I'm looking at my 9.5K course. This is a really good one. I copied Hormozy sales funnel. You copy and paste this into the search bar and you'll find guys like this. And, sometimes they'll have their email available, sometimes not. But a lot of times you can just find their Instagram. Cool. I'm actually going to follow Slay because he's pretty dope guy. And then just message. Are you looking for experienced sales reps? Right? You could do that. I'm not going to do that, but That's the type of shit you could do. Okay, then you send that into someone like this, and then boom, now you get your foot in the door. You send out like 20 of these a day, you could easily land a role. That's what I was doing heavily, and now I'm pretty plugged in the space. Like for my consulting and coaching clients, I leverage my credibility and my portfolio to land them roles, so they don't even really need to like have much experience themselves because they just trust me and they know my capabilities, and I demonstrate my expertise, so my guys get into roles, right? But like you can do that yourself, and you can offer to set and close dead leads if you don't have experience, and then you can prove yourself there and just get your foot in the door. Like don't hesitate to um, start on a role where you're not making a lot of money, if any at all, just so you can get some experience and develop relationships, because that's essentially the whole strategy, right? Is if like you're constantly reaching out to people who are plugged into the space and are on offers, and you're practicing, you're hopping on, you're setting and closing dead leads, right? Like they're gonna be like, oh shit, this guy's a hustler. He has the intangibles, the discipline, the work ethic that I would need, and now he has some sort of experience. Let's give him a shot, and then you get on a setting role, part time, making 2-3K a month. Then you're full time, making 4 to 8K a month. Then you need a closer, right? Then you're part time closing, making an extra 3 to 5K a month there as well. Now you're making 10K a month. Then you become a full-time closer, making 8, 10K a month, working 20, 30 hours a week. And then now you can become a full-time closer, on a really good offer, making 20K a month. And all that can happen in the span of 6 to 12 months. But like, it's up to you. All right. Some other ways: you can go on job boards, Upwork, and freelance websites, apply for roles here. Fairly easy, easy way to get interviews. Discord and communities. People are always posting offers in these. Paid communities are better, of course. You got Well-Found and LinkedIn. All right, come on Well-Found or LinkedIn, and you can find like software roles available, shit like that. And then the cold outreach, right? You can you can go on YouTube, look up a niche, and find the for example, like if you want to get on a trading offer, a fitness offer, crypto offer, you can do it that way. Or if you want to do the growth ops strategy, you can look that up, right? Analyze their traffic, how is their traffic coming in, find their email and Instagram, and then you set a personalized Zoom, be professional, good lighting, offer to close old leads. And a lot of the shit also like definitely transformed for me as far as like commissions, what I was able to do once I started like having a really dialed in framework. Basically, you know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it. I have guys who join my program who do mock calls with people, and they don't even memorize the script, but they just have this up on the background, and they just like have the Google Meet in the middle of the screen, and they literally just read this verbatim. We practice them a couple times, and they're landing closing gigs. Like Dalton, for example, he had a little bit of like a little bit of closing experience, mainly corporate sales, and he was able to land a 5K a month role in 2 weeks after joining the program, right? So that's pretty sick, and that's something you can do as well when you have a dialed in process. You can just go on YouTube and look up like best setting framework, setting scripts, right? And then just copy the transcript, throw it in the chat GPT, and ask chat GPT to make you a framework. And then you can put that into a Miro board, so it's easier for you to read if you want. Or you can just use it on a Google Doc and read it that way. That's like a good way to do it. You also hear some of the difference between setters and closers, by the way. As an appointment setter, you're qualifying prospects versus on the phone versus on Zoom, versus a closer, mainly like closing them and pitching them on a Zoom call. You can probably do 3 to 10K a month as a setter, right? And you don't stay here long, and it's a good noob skill. Versus as a closer, you can make 8 to 15K plus a month. I made 17K a month as a closer. It's the most important skill in business. It can be a long-term career, right? And then I have the framework on this Miro board, and the I have my setting framework is here as well. This is separate. But that being said, I hope you all found this useful. I think the biggest thing you should take away from this video is just get yourself out there, right? Work on the skills and network. If you have a really good network and really good skills, the money will follow. Don't sit there and just focus on like, okay, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money. Who's paying? Okay, they're not paying, I'm not taking it. Oh, this cold calling, I'm not taking it. Right now, like, do you want to sit on a cold calling offer forever? No, but if that cold calling offer gets you reps and then you get to make some money on it, fuck it, right? Like, why not make you some money? Make you some money and get some experience. Because in 2-3 months of doing that, you can then be making 3 to 5K a month online, be able to travel, right? Like I live in Bangkok, Thailand, shit's sick. I might be moving to Bali here soon. So it's like, you have that flexibility once you do this. Like I can easily make 10K plus a month without even fucking trying. I just made 10K a month in my first month of the new business. Okay, that's simply just because the fact that I fucking put my head down and developed a network and was providing value for a while. And you got to do the same thing if you really expect to go big. So that being said, if you all do want some help with this and you need your handheld, You can hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM, ask me any questions you got, or you can book a call down below. And if you have any questions, in general about the business, feel free to leave them in the YouTube comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. That being said, appreciate you all for watching.